Love, stop everything and pay attention. Today, I'm going to show you 12 techniques to make any woman completely obsessed with you, in a natural, subtle, and irresistible way. No childish games, no fake tricks. This is about masculine energy, presence, mystery, and emotional control. Stay with me until the end, because technique number 12 is the most powerful of all, the kind that, if you learn to apply it, she'll think about you even when she doesn't want to. 1. Magnetic presence. Presence is the first sign of a man who truly masters the art of attraction. Most men are physically there but mentally distant, distracted, overthinking what to say next, or trying too hard to look interesting. The magnetic man is different. He's 100% there. He looks into her eyes, listens with genuine attention, senses her tone of voice, her gestures, the energy around them. He makes her feel that in that exact moment, nothing else exists but her. And that's when time slows down, the atmosphere changes, and desire begins to grow. Presence is pure energy, and when she feels your energy focused entirely on her, something awakens inside. It's like her body reacts instinctively to your attention. Magnetic presence isn't about talking too much or doing too much. It's about being calm, intentional, and grounded. It's the kind of energy that makes a woman remember you, even if she doesn't understand why. 2. Silence that builds tension. Insecure men fear silence. Magnetic men use silence as a weapon, because silence, when used correctly, creates tension, curiosity, and anticipation. Most men talk too much trying to impress, but what truly creates connection is the space between words. When you finish a sentence, pause, look into her eyes, and let the silence fill the air. Something happens. Her subconscious starts to work. She begins to imagine what you're thinking, to feel the energy between you, to connect with the mystery. Silence is where desire grows. A subtle smile, a steady gaze, and a perfectly timed pause can say more than 1,000 words. The secret is to stop fearing the void, because when you're comfortable in silence, you show control, and a man who masters silence masters the room. 3. Emotional control. Nothing is more seductive than a man who remains calm when everything around him is falling apart. True power lies in serenity. While most men lose themselves in impulsive reactions, emotional outbursts, or unnecessary drama, the man who controls his emotions radiates a hypnotic kind of strength. He doesn't need to raise his voice or prove a point. His calm speaks louder than words. And women feel that immediately, because emotional control equals maturity, safety, and leadership. When something goes wrong, and you respond with composure and clarity, she feels she can trust you. And trust is the foundation of real attraction. A man who can control himself shows that he can control the environment, and that subtle dominance is deeply attractive. 4. Calculated mystery. The mistake most men make is revealing everything about themselves too soon, their intentions, emotions, and even their plans. But mystery is the spice of desire. The magnetic man understands this. He shares parts of himself, but always leaves small gaps, little details that spark curiosity. He speaks in an intriguing way, but never tells the whole story. He leaves the air filled with unanswered questions. And that's exactly what traps a woman's mind, the need to discover more. When she feels she hasn't fully figured you out, her interest grows stronger. Calculated mystery is about revealing enough to connect, but hiding enough to fascinate. It's the balance between showing depth and keeping secrets. 5. Rare, but precise compliments. A well-timed compliment can have more impact than 100 meaningless words. The magnetic man doesn't compliment the obvious. He notices what others overlook. Instead of talking about her looks or her smile, he points out the sparkle in her eyes when she talks about something she loves, the way her mind works, or her unique perspective. And after saying it, he smoothly changes the subject, as if it wasn't a big deal. That kind of compliment is powerful because it's rare, and everything rare becomes addictive. The right compliment makes her feel seen, unique, and special. And when a woman feels that way, she associates that emotion with you. So don't waste words. Speak less, but when you do, make it count. Scent and energy. Scent is one of the most primal forms of attraction, and few men truly understand its power. A clean, distinctive, well-chosen fragrance can create an emotional memory in her mind. When she smells that same scent somewhere else, she'll instantly think of you. But it's not just about the perfume. It's about the energy that comes with it. Men who radiate calmness and confidence have a presence that feels almost tangible. Your scent and your energy together create a magnetic field around you, and that's what makes you unforgettable. A man who takes care of himself, who smells good, and carries a peaceful vibe, becomes a memory that's hard to erase. Intentional touch. Touch is a silent language, and when used with intention, it can speak louder than words. A gentle touch on her arm while she laughs, a slightly longer hug, a firm hand guiding her through a door. Those subtle gestures awaken deep emotions. The secret lies in purpose. Don't touch by accident. Touch when it matters. Her body feels it when your touch is calm, secure, and present. That's the kind of touch where desire builds, slowly, almost without her realizing it. A man who masters intentional touch doesn't invade her space. He turns it into an invitation. Confidence without arrogance. True confidence is silent. It doesn't shout, doesn't seek attention, doesn't crave approval. It's the kind of inner peace that comes from knowing yourself and being comfortable with who you are. A confident man doesn't try to be the center of attention. He becomes it naturally, because his energy is steady, grounded, and authentic. And women pick up on that instantly. Arrogance repels, but confidence attracts. It's the calm gaze, the steady tone of voice, the way he handles life without rush or panic. It's that feeling that no matter what happens, he remains centered, and that's magnetic. A gaze that dominates the eyes are one of the most powerful tools of attraction. Through them, you communicate desire, curiosity, and intention. A firm gaze, held just a second longer than usual, creates delicious tension. But pay attention. Your gaze must be confident, not invasive. It needs to express calm and control, not neediness. When she notices you looking at her in a composed, confident way, without hurry or pressure, her body reacts. The right look creates instant connection. It makes her feel something she can't quite explain. The gaze of a man aware of his own power is something no woman ever forgets. Active listening. Truly listening is one of the greatest signs of respect and interest you can offer. When a woman talks and realizes that you're really hearing her, paying attention to her words, pauses, and gestures, she feels something rare, and what's rare captivates. A man who listens with presence becomes her emotional safe place. Remember the small things she says and bring them up later. You mentioned that cafe the other day. I passed by it today and thought of you. Simple, natural, but unforgettable. Active listening creates silent intimacy, and it's in that intimacy that desire grows. Enigma with sweetness. Being sweet without being predictable is an art. The most irresistible men mix affection with mystery. They know how to be kind, attentive, and warm, but they also know when to pull back, to leave a hint of uncertainty. One day he compliments her, the next, he just smiles with an enigmatic look. That unpredictability keeps her hooked. Women are naturally drawn to emotional challenges, and a man who balances tenderness with mystery becomes an obsession in her mind. She'll want to figure you out, to understand what you feel, and it's exactly that, not knowing, that keeps her wanting more. Contained sexual energy. Real masculine power lies in control, not in pursuit. Most men are driven by desire. Magnetic men are driven by mastery over it. Contained sexual energy is a quiet force. It's what makes a woman feel something just by being near you. She senses it in your gaze, in your posture, in the calm of your touch. It's energy that provokes, but never begs, that awakens, but never invades. When you master your own desire, you become hers. Contained sexual energy shows that you're a man who feels deeply, but doesn't act impulsively. And that blend of calm, control, and magnetism creates irresistible tension. My loves, when you master these 12 techniques with authenticity, you'll never need to chase a woman again. They'll feel it. They'll notice the difference in your presence, your energy, your posture. True power lies in being the man who doesn't need to prove anything, because who he is already says it all. And once you reach that level, the game changes. You don't chase, you attract.